Last night at the other synagogue, I was going to tell a Devar Torah and then I didn't. What happened was I decided to talk a little bit about what's going on in the world with the maybe I'm going to do that now with the anti-Semitism. I think it's time to talk about it a little more than we have been. Um, and I'm not talking politics at all. I'm talking our responsibility as Jews. You know, there was a man who was a minister which I'm sure you all remember the quote, a minister in Germany during World War II, who said, first they came for the socialists. I didn't say anything because I'm not a socialist. Then they came for the unionists. I didn't say anything because I'm not a unionist. Then they came for the Jews. I didn't say anything because I wasn't a Jew. Now they came for me, and there was nobody left to say anything for me. Well, that is so powerful. And maybe it means we need to say something for ourselves. You know, I remember growing up in the 60s, probably you do too, and so many civil rights marches, and always in the front end of that were the Jews, all the time. In fact, there were Jews that were killed marching for civil rights for the black people. And the rabbis were marching for the black people. Who's marching for the Jew today? Nobody. I mean, we'll march for Israel. Absolutely, we march for Israel. But when a synagogue gets we don't do anything. We just sit there and wring our hands and say, "Oh no, woe is me." And it's kind of bothering me. And I know it bothers everybody on this service, but I remember back in the day when it was still the Jewish congregation of Concordia, before it was Beit Shalom. I remember the vast number of Holocaust survivors we had. So many. I think we had more than any other synagogue in the country in our membership. And they would tell me things like, we thought since we were good Germans or whatever, they would never bother us. We were good Germans. Well, they did bother them. They wound up Holocaust survivors. And a lot of them weren't survivors. Not the ones that were here, of course, but a lot of 6 million Jews were not survivors. And what about the survivors and the impact that they've had on their first and second generation? They're not the same as other Jews who aren't from survivors. They're just not. Didn't matter. If we're good Americans, it doesn't matter. They're still going to take out after us because we're Jews. Remember when they did it in Pittsburgh, and then a couple of months ago they did it in Mississippi, and now they did it in Michigan, and they're doing it in New York constantly. Where's the outrage? My recommendation is, if you hear somebody say something negative about Jews, don't just walk away. Don't just walk away. And don't lose your temper. Stay calm. You must stay calm. And ask them why they feel that way. Stay calm. Whatever their answer is, your blood's going to be boiling. Doesn't matter what they say. Your blood's going to boil. But stay calm. Lynn and I went to a diner in Lacey. This was 2 or 3 or 4 years ago. I don't remember. And we went in there. It was after a night that we went to there's a place in I don't even, and Ware. It's called Ware. Where? It's in Ware. There's a place there where they do country music, where people come and they sing. They're very good, very good. And it's enjoyable. It's a very enjoyable evening. Clean cut. Nobody swears. The words are clean. And then we went to this diner in Lacey, and it was late. And the lady that was serving came up to us, and we were with a couple of non-Jews, and Lynn and I. We, of course, are not non-Jews. So she comes up, and we said, we'd like some rice pudding. Oh, you don't want rice pudding. It's no good. We make it here. It's not good. No, we don't make it here. It's not good. Well, where do you make it? Where do you get it? Oh, it's Cozy Shack. Well, who doesn't like Cozy Shack rice pudding? It's the best. She says, it's no good. You don't want it. We don't make it here. How about apple pie? No, no, you don't want it. It's not good. We bring it in. How about a cup of coffee? Well, you probably won't like it. And she's going on, and what kind of a server is this? Telling us not to take anything. Finally, she says, and I wish Hitler had completed his job. Well, that's a true story. I just sat there. I was going to lose my temper, and I said, I better not. I better just sit here. Lynn, I thought, was going to just plots on the floor. The two non-Jews we were with were furious, but they said nothing. And I said, it's time to leave. We're not wanted here. And we left. That was the biggest mistake I made in my entire life. I should have challenged her calmly. I should have done it. I didn't. Many of you remember the days when I used to wear Jewish stars and all kinds of stuff, and I haven't been wearing it. And I'm going to start again today. I'm going to start again today. And I'm not going to hide it behind my shirt. It's time. It's time to be proud to be Jewish. We cannot let those people, whatever they are, I don't want to call them animals because I love animals, but I don't love all the people in the world, I'll tell you that. These people are disgusting, and I want to be a proud Jew, and I don't want them to stop me from being a proud Jew. And I encourage everyone to begin to show it again if you haven't. And I know some of you do, and I'm very proud of you for it. There was a time I was thinking maybe you shouldn't do it. No, I don't think that way anymore. We need to be proud Jews, or we're going to be stuck as slaves again in Egypt. The same thing is going to happen. We're going to be treated like that, and we can't let that happen. Now, why did I bring up the black people? They didn't put up with it. They did it first, but then they didn't anymore. They just didn't put up with it. They had leaders that stood up for them and refused to accept anything. Now, did they go overboard maybe? I thought so, but I don't anymore. I've come to realize what they did was right. You have got to stand up for yourself because nobody else will. When they came for me, there was nobody else to stand for me. So we have to stand for each other. There is no choice. And with that, and I'm sorry to say it, and I know it scares people, but we have to do what we have to do. We have no choice. And with that, I want to say Shabbat Shalom and Am Yisroel Chai.